Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Nowonshall coming at you with yet another Star Trek Fleet Command. Today, we're going to be talking about the, USS Defiant. We're going to build it. We're going to, buy it, build it, and show it off for you guys to show what it can do or the information behind it. I know a lot of people are inquiring about it because it's a new ship and there's two ways of getting it, but we'll go over that as the video starts. But don't forget to like, that, subscribe, that bell notification down below. Don't forget in the description, come join my Discord. Under that are 3 donation links: PayPal, Cashapp, or Venmo. Cashapp and Venmo are both listed on Nowonshall. If you want to help out the channel, there are those links. Remember, this is my main source of income. So if you guys do want to help out or want to help support the content, don't forget to leave a comment. Interact with the video. That's all I ask. Interact. I appreciate it. All right. So the Defiant. So we'll take a look here first before we get into it. So we're going to go to Explore. And I believe it's in Explorer. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I might be wrong. Did they put it under a battleship? No. Let's go standard. I'll just look for it. Does it have by name here? No. Alright, so let's look for the Defiant. Where is it at? Where you hide at, Defiant? There's the Auger. The Fuchsia. Defiant right here. It is a interceptor. That's why I couldn't find it. So here's the Defiant. For me, it started at 1.8 mil at dock. Its ability is reinforced ships, greatly reinforces other ships in the armada based on the Defiant's research. So remember, that is based on the research of the Defiant. Its resourceful approach, its ability increases edicts by 250% using the Defiant in a solo armada. Defiant's weaponry unlock powerful buffs which grant a significant enhanced effectiveness versus Jem'Hadar's solo armadas were in combat with the Defiant. Okay, and then Bajoran currency increases Bajoran badges and credits received. The Defiant amplified claim. Okay, and its base warp, we're going to look at warp 75. So the write-up on the Defiant says the Defiant is one of the first class, was designed in 2366 in response to the Borg threat. It is purposed to fight and win, but overwhelmed with weaponry, it didn't perform well enough at the time, and the prototype was placed into storage. However, in its glory days soon to come, when the Federation faced the Dominion, small, powerful, and resourceful ship became one of the most valuable resources available in Deep Space Nine. The Defiant was assigned to simple patrols, research expeditions, rescue operations, and doing what it was created for, fighting against the Federation's enemies. I like how that's actually pretty close to lore. So there are two ways of getting it. One way is in your faction store, the Bajoran one, and you can get one a day for 55 diplomacy tokens right here, and you get those from, well, the armadas. I believe so. I think it actually is. Let me claim this. I don't even know what this is. 1010 gives me those for free. And uncommon loot. So it comes from here, the diplomacy tokens from armada. So running your armadas, you'll at least get 96 every 3 days-ish, as long as you're doing enough to cover the bases here. And the other way, of course, is going to be through a pack, that's how we're going to get it, is through a pack. So the pack includes, well, the Defiant, Latinum, a measly amount for, well, my level, but that's fine. Measly amount of all this for my level, but that's fine. And it includes 9600 common refined crystal, 83 multiphasics. That's more valuable than this whole pack of mine, to be honest. I think they need to level this pack in a right way. And then your alliance gets ablative amplifiers. So we'll buy this. I'm gonna have to enter a card in on screen while I'm doing this, but I will be doing it right as we speak on screen. So let me enter it in for you guys.
And one eternity later.
All right, payment is processing. It is processed, so we should get it popping up right now. Here's our 100, the lucky blueprints we use with our ATM card, and we have the ship ready to go. We shall build it, and we'll get ready with it. So let's go here, and let's go to interceptor, since now we know it's a interceptor. So boom. So it's 7-day build time, 21 hours, or it's 37.3k Latinum to build it. So We'll hit the build. It says 7 days. Let's go take a look at it actually getting built in dock. Let's see if it actually is in dock or overwhelms the dock like every ship. See, this one actually fits in the dock for once, unlike other ships we've had like Enterprises, all the big ships. All right, let's hit the speed up on it. So 3, 3, 1 day. Boom. And ship is coming out the dock. This ship has a beautiful model. I love the Defiant. It's probably one of my favorite ships of all time since I am a big DS9 fanboy, if you guys didn't know. So this ship is a gorgeous model. Glad that it's in the game and we have it. So that little ship is beautiful. Thank God Scopely did it justice. So you see here, we have the Defiant. Compact design. Beauty of a ship. Thank you for doing it justice. Now we have it in game. We're going to switch out our... Oh, it's right here. So the USS Defiant to progress faster and fight the Dominion. USS Defiant unlocks additional hostile loot exchange bundle scale as you tier it up. Earn increased edicts by using the USS Defiance as a part of the Solar Armada. With each tier, claim next level of Solar Armada buffs in the Bajoran faction store. They use ablative amplifiers to activate the special ablative armor that boosts your allies' strength in a group or solo armada, increases your strength with independent research. All right, so we have the ship. Let's swap it out here. Let's actually swap the crew. It's gonna be we're gonna be using its proper crewing, which I call its proper crewing Cisco, because well, that's who belongs on it. And Miles, and let me go grab Kira. I know Kira is one of those ones. Boom. And let's go grab the ship. Interceptor. Boom. And let's give it the 5 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And as you look here, it costs ablative armor parts to upgrade it for each tier of it. As you see here, Isolinear optical chip claimed from the faction store, so that is its level lock one. And if we look at its warp, another 15 on top of that. So we have the ship. Now we're going to take a look. Oh, we're going to grab that here. The event, boom. And let's take a look at it in space before we do anything else. As you see right here, its model is actually pretty, I think it's a little blotchy still. It looks like it compared to like, look how small it is compared to this, the Corey. Or, yeah. Okay, let's bring it back. I just want to show you the scale of the game. So it is still a small ship. And as you see here, we have research nodes that are going to be unlocked through this, Starship Tree. As you see here, here's its research nodes, and it requires this material. Subspace transceivers. So you need subspace transceivers to do the research. So this one's for the solo, increases damage against solar armadas while buffed by a Defiant. And it goes up from there, each side. See, this one is increases piercing while buffed by the Defiant. Increases accuracy while buffed by the Defiant. These are all Defiant-based buffs. Shattering the bow increases crit damage while buffed by the Defiant. So this is the top one is for the solo, and this one is for the group armadas. So with your allies. So this is U Armada. This is Team Armada. Solo, group. All right. So where you find those at is going to be right here in the faction store. So we go to the faction store, Bajoran faction. Now we see here we have subspace transceivers, which is used for the research. Then we have the claim of 3,000 of the ablative amplifiers. And then we have another claim here of 1. Probably a part of a 24-hour chest. And then the subspace transceivers are to cost, well, Bajoran credits. And then over here we have more Bajoran credits. Then I have the Defiance claim. So this says I'll get 190 more badges and 30 more credits. So I have the claim of that one for tier 1. So daily, it looks like this has a daily chest. And then Defiant weaponry. Quantum torpedo. Increases kinetic. Increased Defiant weaponry. for armadas. I think those are the ones for the favors, I believe. And then we have the isolinear rod to upgrade it, which is the level locked one. And as you see down here, we have Dominion. Increases base damage dealt against Dominion hostiles. Is there any more new ones in this one that we haven't seen yet? Let's see. Bajoran. Tetrion. Really nothing there different. Let's see. We have the credit exchange. We have rare loot. That's all the normal stuff. Material ones, normal stuff. Elite exchange. Well, that's different. Where we could use the edicts to do it. That's interesting. Let me do my first pull of that one. Actually, I've never done it. So 285 diplomacy tokens. Cool. That should help out. So let's do this claim. Let's swap a badge for a credit. And let's go grab one set of armoring for the Defiant. And let's get some research for it. All right. We spent a little bit, but it is well worth it. And from here, we have the Defiant. Do we have enough upgrade parts for it? Negatory. We have not enough upgrade parts for it, unless I decide to spend more money on the game. So once you get the ship actually out there, you have 2 more packs. The elite one, the blade of amplifiers, the blade of blah, blah, blah. And then the research pack. So the research pack right here, which would give you the research for the Defiant. And this one are the ones for, well, the amplifiers. And do we have an upgrade pack for it? Doesn't look like it's in my store. But now we have the Defiant. Let's do some research before we go out, because it's the only way for it to take effect. So my first research should be solo based, because, well, these are all solo armadas. So we got to get that little bump up there. Boom, 3. 1, 2. And got that research done. We're going to go on to the next one. Is going to be tactical cloaking. Increases shield piercing for solo armadas while buffed by the Defiant. That should help me out greatly. Let's do the 5. Boom. So you see here, we're able to get 2 researches done with the first day of it. And eventually we'll do more on it. So as you see, the Defiant is another buff slash solo ship, or solo armada base ship. And then let's get our Cerritos set up. Doesn't really matter the crew for the Cerritos, because we need to do some buffs. So Explorer. And do the Cerritos. There we go. There's our Cerritos. And then we have to set up our crewing for this one before we go out there. So Corey gets its basic crewing. So let's swap to the Enterprise to make this easier. And grab the right officers for it. And this video is going to be, well, untouched, so you can watch the whole video or skip through it so you guys can see it. And we're going to use my normal crew for... Actually, we're going to use Kirk, Spock, and GG for a burn. I probably can do a Riker crew for it, but I'm going to be putting my Katinga in that spot, so it'll help that out. Boom, we have all 3 ships ready for the Armada. So I normally do 51s, but that's uber buffed. So I'm going to go a system under that and do a 49, I believe it is, and see how I fare. So we're going to go here. Can this make it on its own, I wonder? Yep. Can it make it out here? Nope, that's warp 80. I'm glad they kind of lowered these warp systems, which is nice. I used to have like 185 warp, if I remember right. So we're going to do a 48 Armada. So we're going right here. And then we're going to pull the Defiant in. We're going to pull all our ships in. I'm going to waste some go-go juice for you guys. So, boom. Boom. And boom. And last ship. So the Defiance buff is a 2-minute buff. So you can basically use it. What's the cooldown of the Defiance buff? So if I click here, it doesn't give me a cooldown. I think it was a minute, but we'll look into it in a minute. So let's start the buff process right there. We're going to buff all 3 ships. And after we buff all 3 ships, then we'll be able to go and do the armada. I always like to do the buffs and then do the cumulative buffs to make it at least doable on it. So I'm going to stop the recording for a quick second so I can get these buffs in, and then I'll start recording. All right, and we're back. Let's do our last buff on the Defiant, and then we'll use the Defiance buff on, well, the Armada, or on the Cory. Boom. And what's the reset on it? It's going to be too late. Let's start the Armada. Boom. Boom. And boom. And we're going to, of course, cloak the Cory. And let's see how the Armada does and look at it. Let me pull up STFC. Nope, I want Sparks Club for the battle log. So we'll look at the battle log after this. And we'll see what it looks like. So we have the Defiant, but we have the Cerritos buff. And this thing is buffed, but if we look at the Manage tab, nope, wrong one. It's not giving me the breakdown of the buffs, but the buff is on the ship, but it is not showing apparently. Great, great, great. I think there's an issue there, Scopely, where you're not showing the buff. But we'll do what we can do and see what we can see. So we have 30 seconds to the Armada start. And let's see how it does on a 48. Because normally I do 51s and I struggle bus on those because I would need cloaks and all the Cerritos buffs. But I want to try it here to see what we're looking at right now. See how it actually goes. And see what it looks like. See, the Cerritos buff is there. It shows it on the screen that it's there. So we know it's actually functioning. But it's just not showing up exactly that it's buffed in the screen that it normally would. So let's see how this one goes. Boom. It looks like we won. So we took some damage off of it. So let's go look. So as you see, Defiant died. Cory took some damage. The Katinga took some damage. So as we see here, the Cory took some damage. Let's see what the rounds look like. Defiant actually did a critical of 700k. Defiant did 2 more crits on that one. Looks like Defiant is actually doing decent well on the crits. Defiant charges of weapons. Cory, should probably last 3 rounds, I want to say. Let's see, Katinga. Defiant is still alive. Defiant dies in the 3rd round since it's still a baby ship. So we can see some improvement there, even though the log is showing a bit differently. And let's grab the log out of here. Game might freeze for a second. Go to the battle log, export, and we're going to save it. And then I'm going to grab the log that I just got. And we have the log pulled up on Sparks Club. And we'll be looking at the desktop app. Boom, we're right here. As we see here, this is the log that we have. So Gem had our flagship and the battle summary. So we look here. So the Defiant is right there. It doesn't have imagery in it because it's a brand new ship. So 16 rounds my Cory lived, 15 rounds the Katinga, and, well, Defiant lasted about 4 rounds. Shots fired were 37 on the Defiant, thanks to Miles O'Brien. Shots fired on the Cory, 62. Katinga was 80. Shots taken. Only took 7 shots to take down the Defiant. And damage done. If we look at the 22 mil, 63 mil, even it only did 11 mil damage. It did 6 mil in crits. Hull 819k. Mitigated 7 million. Its crit was 24% chance. The Cory was max at 75% chance of critting. Damage taken. So its mitigation was 68.9, which isn't bad for the Defiant. And that's the whole log on the Defiant. So as we level up the Defiant and we go through the process of getting up there in the game and going through that, see, I got 240 edicts. If we look at the battle log, 80k. If we look at the battle log right here, you only get 37. So this ability is working at tier 1 at 280 edicts, which of course the edicts are going to be used over here in the section for exchanging for material. So these are armada edicts, which should help you here, because I'm only at favored right now, and this wasn't available till now. And yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, if you guys did like the video, don't forget to leave a comment to see what I want to see what your opinions are, and don't forget to hit that description and join my Discord. There's PayPal, Cashapp, and Venmo if you want to help out, and under that is going to be all my other information. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. All right, guys, it is Nowonshall signing out. Peace out and have a good day.